Have you ever stood at the edge of something you thought would never end, only to realize it had already slipped away? And in that loss, you found freedom you never knew existed. Life, in its mysterious wisdom, does not allow us to linger in one chapter forever. Every ending, every farewell, every failure, every door that closes is an invitation. An invitation to step into something unknown, something extraordinary. We fear endings because they bring uncertainty, and yet it is precisely in the unknown that life's richest lessons reside. Like a seed that must rot into the soil before it rises as a mighty tree, our endings are the soil of growth. Consider this: when a book ends, we do not curse the final page. We celebrate the story and anticipate the next. Our lives, too, are made of stories. Every conclusion holds within it the blueprint of what is to come. Letting go is not weakness, it is courage. Releasing what we cannot control clears the path for what we are meant to embrace. And when we release, we are not falling into emptiness. We are stepping onto a threshold of infinite potential. The past, with all its joys and sorrows, prepares us for what lies ahead. Every ending sharpens our vision, strengthens our resolve, and teaches us the sacred rhythm of life: birth, growth, conclusion, and renewal. Therefore, do not grieve the endings too long. Do not cling to what was. Instead, lift your eyes, breathe deeply, and walk toward the horizon with hope as your compass. For every sunset, no matter how bitter, carries within it the promise of a new dawn. Closing. Endings are not the enemy of our dreams. They are their beginning, and in embracing them, we find that life, in all its infinite wisdom, has always been inviting us to step forward, to begin again, stronger, wiser, and more alive than ever before. Endings are not walls that stop us, they are doors that quietly invite us to step through. Every time a chapter of life closes, it is not a signal of failure, but a signal of transition. We often cling to what is familiar because comfort feels safe, but safety can blind us to the possibilities waiting just beyond our reach. When a job ends, a relationship changes, or a routine fades, it may sting, and the ache can feel unbearable. Yet in that very space of discomfort lies opportunity. Endings remind us that life is never stagnant. Time flows like a river, and to resist its current is to resist life itself. The seasons of life, birth, growth, change, and closure, are natural. To ignore the rhythm is to deny our own existence. Human beings are wired to seek permanence, yet permanence is an illusion. Everything we hold tightly eventually slips through our fingers. And that is not weakness. It is the design of the world, a gentle force guiding us to release what no longer serves us. Every ending reshapes us. It teaches patience when plans collapse, resilience when losses occur, and clarity when confusion clouds our mind. Without endings, we would never learn how to cherish beginnings, how to value growth, or how to embrace the fleeting beauty of now. They are reminders that life is dynamic and that change is inevitable. And when we learn to see endings as transitions rather than punishments, our perspective shifts. Fear loses its grip when we recognize that closure is a necessary step towards something more meaningful. A door that shuts may hide the light at first, but it also creates the chance for a new path, a path that could lead to friendships, experiences, or achievements that were previously unimaginable. Endings are lessons in humility, teaching us that control is limited, yet hope remains abundant. They push us to reflect on what we truly want, what we are willing to fight for, and what we must leave behind. Every ending is like a pause in a symphony, momentary silence before the music swells again, louder, richer, more resonant than before, inviting us to listen closely, to step forward, and to embrace the new chapter waiting to unfold. Growth is never comfortable. It asks us to step out of familiar patterns, to confront our weaknesses, and to face the unknown with courage. When endings come, they often feel like obstacles. like doors closing just as we think we are ready to move forward. Yet every ending carries the seed of growth within it. Pain, disappointment, and loss are not punishments. They are lessons carefully disguised as struggles. Human beings are shaped not by ease, but by the challenges they endure. When a relationship ends, a dream is lost, or a chapter in life concludes, we are forced to look inward, to examine who we are, and to discover strength we never realized existed. Each ending stretches our patience, demands our resilience, and teaches us empathy. We learn that life is not always fair, yet fairness is less important than understanding. Growth emerges when we accept what we cannot change, when we forgive what has hurt us, and when we choose to move forward with purpose. Challenges refine our character. They reveal the depth of our courage, the clarity of our values, and the power of hope. Every ending gives us a chance to shed what no longer serves our journey, to release habits, beliefs, or fears that weigh us down. Like a sculptor chiseling away at stone, life removes layers of uncertainty and distraction, revealing the form that has been waiting beneath all along. Pain teaches us gratitude. Loss teaches us perspective. Struggle teaches us endurance. We discover that endings are not just moments to survive, but opportunities to transform. Human society thrives on growth because we are drawn to stories of change, progress, and triumph over adversity. Every individual has experienced a moment when what seemed like an ending became the turning point for greatness, clarity, or new direction. Growth is not a single event. It is a journey shaped by every choice we make, every setback we endure, and every ending we accept as part of life's rhythm. It is a process of becoming stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, of embracing the truth that even when the world shifts beneath our feet, we are capable of adapting, learning, and thriving. Endings push us to rise, to rebuild, and to reimagine ourselves, showing that growth is not found in comfort, but in the courage to face the closing of one chapter while stepping boldly into the next. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It is life's invitation to grow beyond what we know. Human beings crave certainty because it feels safe, predictable, and controlled. Yet the truth is that certainty is often an illusion. The unknown surrounds every choice we make, every path we take, and every ending we face. Instead of fearing it, we can learn to embrace it as a space of endless possibility. When we step into uncertainty, we are stepping into life itself, into moments where courage is born and creativity awakens. Every new beginning starts as an unknown, a blank page waiting for the ink of our choices. Fear tells us to stay, to resist change, to cling to what is familiar. Yet growth lies just beyond that resistance. Human history is full of stories of ordinary people who took steps into uncertainty and discovered extraordinary outcomes. Every risk, every unknown, holds the potential for discovery, not just of the world, but of ourselves. We learn resilience when the path ahead is unclear, patience when answers do not come quickly, and faith when outcomes are invisible. The unknown challenges our assumptions, stretches our imagination, and reveals the depth of our courage. Life rewards those who are willing to walk into the darkness of uncertainty with open hearts, because in that darkness lies the possibility of light that cannot be found elsewhere. Every ending thrusts us into uncertainty, yet it also offers freedom from the limitations of the past. When the familiar falls away, we are given the chance to reinvent ourselves, to explore talents, dreams, and directions that were hidden behind routines and comfort zones. Human connection also thrives in the unknown because it teaches empathy, adaptability, and understanding. We realize that everyone faces uncertainty, and in sharing, supporting, and learning from one another, we find strength. Stepping into uncertainty is not reckless. It is intentional courage. It is the recognition that life is not meant to be fully controlled, and that the greatest lessons, the deepest joy, And the most meaningful growth often emerge when we dare to move forward without knowing every detail. The unknown is the fertile ground where dreams take root, where ideas are born, and where transformation begins, teaching us that endings are never empty, and uncertainty is never something to run from, but a bridge to everything we have yet to discover. Letting go is one of the most powerful acts a human being can perform. We cling to the past because it feels familiar, because it promises comfort, even when it no longer serves us. Yet holding on too tightly keeps us from moving forward, from discovering what life has prepared for us next. Every ending calls for release, and every release creates space for growth, opportunity, and transformation. Letting go does not mean forgetting or denying the past. It means acknowledging it, learning from it, and choosing to step beyond it with courage. When we release old grudges, failed dreams, or broken patterns, we free our minds and hearts to embrace new experiences. Human beings are capable of extraordinary change when we stop resisting what we cannot control and start accepting life's flow. It is in that acceptance that freedom is born. Every moment spent clinging to what is over is a moment taken away from what could be. Relationships evolve, careers shift, and life itself moves forward, whether we are ready or not. By letting go, we align ourselves with life's natural rhythm, allowing new opportunities to find their way to us. Even fear and uncertainty lose their power when we choose release over resistance. Letting go is an act of faith in ourselves and in the future, a quiet declaration that we are ready to embrace what comes next. When we create space in our hearts and minds, we make room for new ideas, new friendships, new possibilities, and new joys that could not exist alongside what we were holding on to. Human society thrives on this principle, because every culture, every story, and every life demonstrates that growth requires leaving behind what has outlived its purpose. Letting go also teaches humility, patience, and trust. We learn that we do not have control over everything, and that is not weakness, but wisdom. Life often replaces endings with beginnings that surpass our imagination, and the courage to let go is the key to stepping into them. Releasing the past is like opening a window in a stuffy room. Suddenly, fresh air enters, energy flows, and new life is possible. It is a simple act, yet profound in its impact, reminding us that we are never truly stuck, and that every ending is not a loss, but an opportunity to make room for everything that is waiting to bloom. Life's purpose is never fixed. It is revealed through change, through the closing of doors and the opening of new paths. Every ending nudges us closer to who we are meant to become, even when we cannot see it in the moment. Human beings often search for certainty, for clear signs that they are on the right path. Yet life rarely presents itself in perfect clarity. Instead, it unfolds through a series of experiences, challenges, and endings that shape our understanding of ourselves. Every conclusion, whether joyful or painful, serves as a guidepost, pointing us toward what matters most. Sometimes we must lose what we love, fail at what we try, or let go of what we believe to be our path, in order to discover the purpose that has been waiting for us all along. Endings teach us discernment. They sharpen our vision of what aligns with our true values and what distracts us from our mission. Human society thrives when individuals embrace their evolving purpose, because each person contributes to a larger story that is always in motion. Life's endings are like signposts on a winding road, reminding us to pause, reflect, and adjust our direction. They challenge us to ask the important questions. What do I truly want? What am I willing to risk? What legacy do I wish to leave behind? Every ending can be a moment of revelation if we are attentive, if we are willing to learn, and if we trust that the path ahead, though uncertain, is guided by the experiences we have gained. Purpose is not found in permanence. It is found in the courage to adapt, to grow, and to move forward with intention. Human beings discover meaning not by clinging to what has ended, but by stepping into what is next with curiosity and resolve. Each ending can illuminate a path we could not have imagined before, offering opportunities to explore talents, relationships, and passions that were hidden behind the chapters we leave behind. Life uses closure as a teacher, guiding us gently toward what we are meant to do and what we are meant to become, shaping us through endings into individuals capable of impact, contribution, and fulfillment. Every conclusion carries the whisper of direction, the promise of discovery, and the reminder that our true purpose is often revealed only when one chapter closes and we are willing to step into the next. Hope is the quiet force that transforms endings into beginnings. When something ends, it can feel as though the world has shifted beneath our feet, leaving us unsteady, lost, or even defeated. Yet hope is the bridge that carries us from despair to possibility, from closure to renewal. Human beings are naturally drawn to hope because it gives meaning to struggle, direction to uncertainty, and courage to face the unknown. Every ending, no matter how painful, holds within it the potential for new life, new experiences, and new growth, and hope is the lens that allows us to see it. Even when doors close, hope whispers that others will open, that paths we cannot yet imagine are waiting for our footsteps. It teaches patience when outcomes are delayed, and resilience when challenges seem insurmountable. Human society thrives on hope because it inspires action, connection, and creativity. Without it, progress stalls and possibilities remain unseen. Hope does not promise an easy path, but it assures us that the journey continues, and that endings are not final, but transitional. When we embrace hope, we release the weight of what has ended, while keeping our hearts open to what can begin. It is a choice to believe that life is larger than loss, stronger than failure, and brighter than fear. Hope allows us to envision opportunities that the mind may not yet comprehend, and to take steps forward even when the next chapter is unclear. It is the quiet companion in moments of solitude, the gentle push when we feel stuck, and the light that illuminates the road when darkness surrounds us. Human beings flourish when they act on hope, because it connects vision with action, courage with possibility, and intention with outcome. Every ending becomes a teacher, and hope becomes the student's guide, reminding us that the closing of one door signals the start of another. It helps us reinterpret loss as preparation, challenges as invitations, and endings as beginnings in disguise. When hope is alive, we are empowered to take risks, to explore, and to believe in our own capacity to grow. It fuels determination, sparks creativity, and strengthens connection with others who are also navigating change. Hope is not naive optimism. It is a practical, human-centered tool that allows us to navigate life's cycles with grace, courage, and vision, transforming every ending into the fertile ground from which something extraordinary can emerge.